I'm gonna get better trying. Chapters are gonna be changing. Oh no! There's so much work that needs to be done for this next draft. Hello, welcome to a brand new writing vlog. So in case you're new here, hi, my name is Diane. I work in film and television as an on-set props person, but I'm also a self-published author. I have one book out currently. It's a little poetry collection, and I'm currently working on a new adult contemporary novel. And I make videos about that and my life and my writing process and all that stuff here on YouTube, and you're watching one of them, so subscribe if you like the vibe. Okay, so today's Tuesday, it's November 14th. If you watched my last NaNoWriMo vlog, you'll know that I've kind of been having a little bit of a mental health sort of struggle. I haven't done any work on my novel since November 1st. I mean, technically I have done some reading of the feedback that I have. And honestly, I was expecting the first 2 weeks of November to be pretty hectic. Between getting things ready for publication that first week and then the week after publication, I was expecting, I was expecting to be pretty busy, and then I had like a smattering of social things. So I was definitely expecting to not get too much writing done. However, what I was not expecting was the hit to my mental health. I was not expecting my mental health to be so affected. And don't get me wrong, I was definitely having a good time while I was, busy and doing all this stuff with friends and family and, I was very excited for my publication. I've loved the response to it. It's felt very good, but I haven't really been able to pinpoint exactly what it is, and I really do think it's a lot of things. But my mental health really took quite a hit. It's been more than I was expecting. And honestly, today is the first day that I'm really feeling like I can get back into it again. It is such a beautiful sunny day. The weather is pretty warm considering it's like mid-November. And I think I really just want to get back into the headspace of working on my story. And so as far as what you've missed since my last vlog, since release day vlog, I obviously released my poetry book. It went really lovely. You can go back and watch that release day vlog, but it was very low key. Some may say boring, but I adored it. It was exactly what I needed. And since then, it's been really great just seeing how much love it's gotten and, having people reach out to me. I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful. What else happened last week? I hung out with a friend of mine. Oh my gosh, okay. Destiny came over. So I met Destiny on the writing retreat that I just went on back in like the end of September, early October. So she was at an event and then she came over and spent the night, and we kind of just spent the day hanging out. I honestly couldn't ask for a better day. We did so many things that just like recharged my soul. We went out to eat breakfast, and I had one of my favorite breakfasts that I actually haven't had in a long time. We came back, we did a little bit of work. I think we meant to have more of like a creative getting work done day. We did technically do a little bit of that, but then we mostly just we played video games, which I love playing old video games especially.
So is it just one of us?
Yeah, I guess we
Oh shit, okay, that's not how you jump. Update, A is not jump. Oh, no! Go, Diddy.
Shit. Okay, I guess it's me. So I guess I got it. There's
you gotta find me in a barrel.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh no! How do I move?
You just you jump and move in the.
Got it. Look out!
Jesus! Just gonna try to get. Oh my god. I did not see that. I did not see that coming!
Look out.
I can't see shit! I'm supposed to jump on this guy?
Yep.
Okay, let me prepare myself. So stressful.
I know. The graphics are not helping because I can't see anything.
It's dark.
You killed us?
I feel like this level's too long.
Right?
Yeah. Oh.
Bitch!
He came from
Girl,
up top.
He came that far?
He came from up top. He came down on it.
That was aggressive.
Oh god.
Hello?
What just? Why?
We suck.
No!
We really suck.
Look at us all beat up. Dang, he's got pecs, but he's got no nipple. What the? I can't believe we're only on level 2.
I don't want to talk about it. When the graphics and the controllers, they're a little laggy. They're so old.
Yeah. I mean, it's not us. If this was 1994 when everything was brand new,
we would be crushing it.
Are you good at this?
No.
Okay.
You gotta get another.
Oh.
Well.
I'm so delayed.
It's the equipment. Don't worry.
It's a Oh look, our safe spot. Okay. We're halfway.
Goddamn beat! I knew he was gonna get me. Go! Okay. Oh shit. You're in it. Oh, you got a tire. I've never seen that.
No. I
brought us that far!
No! And then we went out, bought a bunch of snacks, and came back and watched a Brendan Fraser movie. And like, if that isn't like the best day, I don't know what is. So it was great. I needed that for my soul. So yeah, that day was really fun. And really since then, I've kind of had like little things that I've had to do each day. And there were some days where I just like I couldn't bring myself to do anything. But we're here now, November 14th. We're halfway through the month, and now I'm gonna kick it into gear, okay? That's what this vlog is about. We are getting some work done. We are focusing on this story. There's a lot that I need to like think about. There's potentially a lot of changes that I'm gonna be making, in the sense of like, I might be changing the tense. I might be changing the POV from first person to third person. Like, these are like things that I'm considering, and I really do need to take my time considering them, because they're like big changes as far as like rewriting, you know? I just have so much work cut out for me. And then I'm also, even though really the core of the story is staying pretty much the same, there's still a lot that I need to change and restructure and figure out, because I want to make sure that the story that I'm trying to tell, like the core of the story that I'm trying to tell, is coming across in the best way. But I think I'm going to do a little bit more reading through my feedback and doing some more brainstorming. So I'm going to do a little bit of that, and then we'll come back and I'll talk about some of the major kind of things that I'm thinking about and considering. I'll try to bring you as close as I can without being too spoilery.
Here we go again, you think by now I know better. Locked in my head, romanticizing forever. Last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Dive in at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush, looking into your eyes, playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. One look and I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life.
Okay, time for a little update. I'm really gonna try to explain kind of my thoughts and what's going on in my head and what's going on in the story and all that stuff as concisely and coherently as I can. So I spent roughly the last 2 hours working on Ben. It has felt lovely. I've realized that there are really some like fundamental things that I need to kind of go back to and consider and really clarify. And that's kind of the bulk of what I've done during this session. I did write a few brainstorm notes for like things, but mainly it's been like figuring out some fundamental things. And what I mean by that basically is there are kind of two main categories of things that I need to do. I need to really solidly clarify some things, and then there are things that I do need to like clarify, but mainly they're like things that I need to like reconsider whether or not they're the right choice for the story. And so in those two things, number one, as far as like clarifying and getting really just like having a solid understanding of the premise of the book. I, from day one, have not been able to really write out a clear and concise premise for this book. And I've also, I've had, and I feel like I've mentioned this a few times before in vlogs, I've struggled with figuring out exactly like the genre and category of the story. I mean, like, it's a new adult contemporary. That's what I've been saying since kind of day one. That's how I've described it. But that for some reason just never felt like enough for me, or like it didn't, I don't know, it didn't, like it's very much what it is, but I felt like I needed a little bit more. Recently, someone commented, and I'm not even sure, I can't remember where it was commented or who it was that commented it, but thank you if you're watching this. But someone had mentioned after, it might have been on TikTok actually. I made a video where I was kind of talking about how I was struggling with figuring out how to like market the book and like how to tell people what it is, like what kind of book it is. Someone mentioned to me a kind of subgenre of fiction that I had never heard before, and that is upmarket. And so from my understanding, upmarket is kind of a blend between literary fiction and more like commercial genre fiction. And that really does feel like a better fit for the vibe of the novel. So I do think think upmarket is kind of a good fit for this story as far as kind of selling it to people, or like just giving people kind of a sense of what they can expect with this book. I feel like adding it to the other things, like it's a new adult upmarket contemporary, like that's a little bit more, I feel like you have a better sense of what you're getting. So I'm feeling good about that. I've written some notes down about that. I definitely want to read some books in the upmarket genre to get a better sense of how things are handled. And so yeah, as far as things that I need to clarify, those are two main things that I've been thinking about during this session. There's also a lot of other things I need to clarify when I start getting really into things. Like my notes, my brainstorm is, I'm trying to organize it, but it's a little bit all over the place. I have some character notes and changes and stuff that I need to put into my character profiles. So I'll need to update those soon. I'm not gonna do that quite yet, but I have written some notes on things I need to change, but definitely clarifying characters and like their motivations, their fears, like stuff like that. I need to add a bit more clarity to those things. I had to pause for a phone call, but anyway, what was I saying? Another thing that I definitely, I felt it, like I felt, especially in the later drafts, because I started adding in some like slow burn kind of romantic elements. I think, okay, so originally I was very much, and I think I've talked about this in vlogs way back in the day, but originally I very much, there was like, it's not a romance novel. Like even when I was upping the romance a little bit, I was still just like, this, like it won't ever be enough to be considered like a romance novel. But from the beginning, I was very adamant about, you know, these, like this is very much a platonic friendship that happens. And then I think somewhere, you know, in the kind of haze of like feeling, just feeling like I didn't know how to like properly define this book. I didn't know how to sell it. I didn't know how to like market it. I didn't know how to like tell people what it was. I felt like it needed a bit more of like a genre thing to it. I don't know. And like, especially seeing how much like the romance genre, like how much love it's getting, I felt like, you know, maybe if I add a little romance to it, that might make it like easier of a sell, essentially. And I mean, I love romance. I love a little romance, you know, and I love these characters and whatnot, but a part of me did always kind of feel a little bit weird adding in the romance, and I wasn't like, I didn't fully commit to that, and I feel like that was definitely clear. And it just kind of felt like I was kind of mixing, like I was adding something into the mix that didn't quite, it was like a little bit of oil in water, you know? I liked the idea of it on its own, but I feel like it wasn't really mixing with the kind of heart of the story. And thankfully I at least have 2 CPs that kind of picked up on that and kind of confirmed that there is this kind of disconnect between these kind of 2 things that are going on in the story. And so that's definitely something that I will be changing in this next draft. I'm gonna go back to my original thoughts for the story, and I'm gonna take out completely the romantic elements. So that's definitely something that I will be kind of redefining and like clarifying in this next draft. That's something that I need to work on, and I'm definitely very excited for that. I'm like, there's so much work that needs to be done for this next draft. I'm definitely intimidated, but I'm also just like really excited to do the work and to like have to get better, like have to improve my craft to be able to make things work and to like tell the story that I want to tell. Like I love that. I'm so excited for that challenge. And as far as the elements that I am having to reconsider and think about, the POV and the tense. The draft is currently, it's first person past tense. At one point I did feel like maybe it would be better in third person, and I kind of did test it out. In general, I'm definitely doing a kind of reconsideration of the POV and the tense, just to make sure that I am using the correct POV and the correct tense to tell the story in the best way. I feel like I could do it well with the current POV and tense that I have, and that might be the best one, but it is something that I'm gonna have to think about and reconsider. I know why I did it first person, and I know why I did it past tense. Like for what I was going for, that absolutely makes the most sense. But I don't know if that necessarily means it's the best way to tell the story. Does that make sense? I definitely need to sort that out as quickly as possible, because that's going to require a pretty major rewrite of the whole thing. I mean, there's already going to be quite a big rewrite because I'm changing quite a few things. But yeah, changing the tense or the POV I think would be quite a rewrite. So I need to figure that out. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at so far. I'll be completely honest, I am a little bit overwhelmed with everything, but Like, I'm excited, and I'm trying to not let myself kind of freak out about it. Not that, like, I freak out necessarily, but, like, I definitely start to procrastinate a bit when there's a lot, which is, you know, that's natural. When there's, like, a lot of work that I need to do, I'm gonna procrastinate. So yeah, that's what's going on. I feel like this vlog is just gonna be so chatty. I'm sorry. But yeah, right now I'm gonna get back into another sort of writing session, brainstorm session. I think I'm gonna continue to go through the rest of my feedback. I've been through this kind of first bit of feedback, like the longest bit of feedback from my 1CP. I've been through it a few times, and I'm just like, I'm writing anything down that, you know, that comes to mind, or things that I want to change or do or whatnot. So what I'm going to do today is just go through the rest of the feedback that I currently have and make any more notes. I love the challenge. I'm very much up for the challenge. I'm intimidated by the challenge. My imposter syndrome is telling me that I cannot rise to the occasion, but I will. You know, I know deep down that I can. And, you know, even if I can't, ultimately, I'm gonna get better trying. And really, that's the most important thing to me, is just improving in my craft. And I love the things that challenge me to become a better writer. So anyway, we're losing light. On to some more Ben work. Hello, my hair is big today. I just washed it this morning and I'm letting it air dry, and it's just, you know, it's in its natural state, and I'm here for it. I support it. It's the next day. Today's Wednesday. It's November 15th. I'm feeling pretty good. It's almost 2. I have about 20 minutes before my live stream starts at 2 p.m. Today, okay, so yesterday. Yesterday was really great. I'm so glad, like, it felt so good to finally be able to focus on Ben again. I can't remember if I talked about this, but I have been feeling so, like, I mean, I know it's because, you know, this last week especially, like, this is release week, so I feel like I've been on my phone so much. Like, I've just been completely taken over by my phone. It was really affecting me. So yesterday, even though it was a little bit distracted, I did kind of pop in and check my phone. I made a point of not, you know, lingering on it too long. And it just felt so good to not be on my phone and to just be focusing on writing on Ben, and it was like, it just felt so good. And I really want to make it a priority to have like a day, or like certain hours of a day or something, like definitely at least a day, like a kind of like a little detox day where I just don't go on my phone. So we'll try something like that. Maybe we'll do that on like a Sunday or something. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Anyway, back to yesterday. I've read through my feedback a few times, and I did a bit more writing, and by writing I mean brainstorming. So I did, in total, I'm currently at 2,228, and I'm supposed to be at, what am I supposed to be at by the end of the day today? Oh god, by the end of the day today I'm supposed to be at 25,000. So that won't be happening. But honestly, I feel like the rest of November is definitely going to be very Ben heavy. It's going to be a Ben heavy rest of the year, really. So last night while I was in bed, I was actually doing, I don't have the book here, I was doing some reading in my writing craft book. I'm currently reading The Anatomy of Story by John Truby. So I was doing a little bit of reading in that, and then I added a little bit more to my brainstorm notes. It was kind of more like, I was in the chapter like that's all about premise and stuff, and definitely I have not been able to come up with a single, you know, premise line. But last night I did do I called it my premise line attempt. So it's just kind of like, I'm gonna throw together a few premise lines and see what sounds the best. And then I did do a little bit more. I think I ended up adding like an extra 81 words after I had kind of like been done for the day. So that's all in Google Docs. What I also did yesterday was I couldn't decide if I wanted to write draft 4 in Google Docs again. I kind of do, but I ended up, I don't know, I just like automatically started a Ben draft 4 document in Scrivener. And really what I'm doing, this feels good because I've definitely brought over a lot of stuff from the draft 2, like mainly like the story Bible stuff. But because I'm going to be updating character profiles and all of that, I've kind of started fresh with this new Ben draft 4. I created all of the character profiles. They're all currently empty. I'm definitely going to be copying and pasting, especially all the stuff, like a lot of stuff is staying the same about these characters. So I'll be copying and pasting from my draft 2 story Bible to this new draft 4, and then I'll be adding and kind of like reformatting things. I didn't really love the way I had it formatted formatted before. So I'm just gonna be reorganizing it, reformatting it so that it's a little more visually pleasing and organized and updated, you know? So I have all the character profiles, but they're all empty, so I'll be working on that today during the live stream, and then also everything else. And I'll be doing a lot of like story Bible stuff today. And I also imported all of the World of Stories stuff and all of the stuff in my research tab and my notes tab. I'm also, maybe I'll work on this today, I don't know. I've also I've imported the timeline, but I've erased everything. So now I kind of have like a blank timeline, and I know that chapters are going to be changing. Like the way that I had constructed my chapters before, they were just too long. I need to break them up differently. I was breaking them up by like story day. And, you know, some days there was just a lot going on. So I feel like it wasn't quite working. Definitely, like, I felt like the chapters were long as I was writing them. And at least one of my CPs, I think there was only one, but someone did mention how the chapters were really long, and I absolutely agree. So I need to rework my, you know, how I'm breaking up my chapters. So I'll be doing that. I have the story timeline, but I should really call it an outline. Well, timeline was because I had the dates, but I still want the dates. This is a story timeline / outline. That's what it is. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for changes that I'm going to be making. I was thinking a lot about, so I think, okay, I mentioned how I was going to be working on sort of thinking about and reconsidering the POV and the tense. I think I've pretty much decided the POV is going to stay the same. It'll be first person. I feel like that's the right way to go. I'm still a little bit undecided about the tense though. For a hot minute, I was like, I'm gonna change it to present tense, but I think I'm gonna take a little bit more time to think about it. And I think I'm going to reach out to one of my CPs, especially the CP that had mentioned it in the first place, and just kind of talk through it a little bit. I think I just need to like talk to somebody about it. I think I need to have a little bit of a back and forth instead of, you know, just thinking about it in my head. So I'll be doing that at some point this week as well. And yeah, the live stream starts in 5 minutes. So I need to get ready, and yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so it's a little bit later. I just got off the stream like 15 minutes ago. It was so lovely. I really love my little community here on YouTube. It's just, I don't know, I just love the vibes. I did 2 25-minute sprints and 1 20-minute sprint to end it. I didn't stay on too long. My aim was kind of like about an hour and a half. So it was a pretty short stream, but I did manage to get 1,909 words. Not that word count really matters, but what I did work on was I added a bit more to my brainstorm document, and then I started on the character profiles. I was hoping to get 2 character profiles done, but I didn't quite do that. I did get most of 1 done. Like I worked on Madison, my main character's profile. Technically a lot of those words are copied and pasted, but I did do a lot of tweaking to the original like draft 2 character profile, so it counts, okay? It counts. And so yeah, I took out a few things because she has kind of evolved a bit since the second draft and since these, you know, draft 4 brainstorm notes. So I took out kind of what really didn't fit anymore. Yeah, I did a little bit of that today, and I organized a few things. I still, like, it doesn't feel quite done just yet. I feel like I need to do a bit more. I want to get more clarity on, you know, like exactly what her weaknesses are and like how she changes and, you know, all the little nuances and details. So I did work on that, and I am mostly done that. I'm going to probably do another once over before I move on to the next character profile, which is going to be for Ben. Very exciting. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on. I feel like this vlog might be pretty long. I feel like I've been very chatty in this vlog, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your NaNoWriMo is going. Let me know how your writing's going, your reading, all that stuff. There's like a month and a half left of this year, and I just feel like I have so much to do before I go back to work. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And if you got to the end of this video, comment down below, stay gold, because you are golden. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.